An arrow is a graphical symbol, such as from, up arrow, down arrow, or to, or a pictogram, used to point or indicate direction. In its simplest form, an arrow is a triangle, chevron, or concave kite, usually affixed to a line segment or rectangle, and in more complex forms a representation of an actual arrow, e.g., U+27B5. The direction indicated by an arrow is the one along the length of the line or rectangle toward the single pointed end. History and older medieval, convention is the manicule pointing hand. Pedro Rienel in c. 1505 first used the fleur-de-lis as indicating north and a compass rose. The convention of marking the eastern direction with a cross is older, medieval. Pedro Rienel in c. 1505 first used the fleur-de-lis as indicating north and a compass rose. Use of the arrow symbol does not appear to predate the 18th century. An early arrow symbol is found in an illustration of Bernard Forest de Baillador's treatise L'Architecture hydraulique, printed in France in 1737. The arrow is here used to illustrate the direction of the flow of water and of the water wheel's rotation. At about the same time, arrow symbols were used to indicate the flow of rivers in maps. A trend toward abstraction, in which the arrow's fletching is removed, can be observed in the mid to late 19th century. The arrow can be seen in the work of Paul Klee. In a further refinement of the symbol, John Richard Green's A Short History of the English People of 1874 contained maps by cartographer Emil Reich, which indicated army movements by curved lines, with solid triangular arrowheads placed intermittently along the lines. Main usage: an exit sign with an arrow to indicate the exit is to the left. Arrows are universally recognized for indicating directions. They are widely used on signage and for wayfinding, and are often used in road surface markings. A two-way road may be indicated by up-down arrow, or, in mathematics and sciences, upward arrows are often used to indicate an increase in a numerical value, and downward arrows indicate a decrease. In mathematical logic, a right-facing arrow indicates material conditional, and a left-right bidirectional arrow indicates if and only if. An upwards arrow indicates the NAND operator, negation of conjunction, and downwards arrow indicates the NOR operator, negation of disjunction. Use of arrow symbols in mathematical notation developed in the first half of the 20th century. David Hilbert in 1922 introduced the arrow symbol representing logical implication. The double-headed arrow representing logical equivalence was introduced by Albrecht Becker in Die Aristotelische Theorie der Möglichkeitsschluss, Berlin, 1933. Knuth's up arrow notation uses multiple up arrows, such as, for iterated or repeated, exponentiation, tetration. The quantum theory of electron spin uses either upward or downward arrows. A vector may be denoted with an overhead arrow, such as in X or AB. Some computer programming languages, like Haskell, use arrows typed as greater than to denote a type class. In chemistry, arrows indicate a chemical reaction. For example, 2H2 plus O2 to 2H2O shows that hydrogen and oxygen react to produce water. Graffiti arrows are regularly used in contemporary graffiti designs, incorporated as an element in both simplistic tags and complex wildstyle pieces. Arrows are regularly used in contemporary graffiti designs, incorporated as an element in both simplistic tags and complex wildstyle pieces. Arrows are used as a visual technique to make a graffito stand out or give it a sense of movement. The graffiti theoretician RAM Sigmalol Z Sigma Sigma described adornments, such as arrows, in wildstyle paintings as ornaments that armed the letters of a piece. The Philadelphia graffiti artist Cool Earl began using arrows in 1967, although the New York graffiti writer SJK 171 may have been the first to do so. The graffiti artist Mayor 139 is known for creating 3D sculptures of arrows.